All right. I just want to welcome everyone. We have an exciting guest tonight. Really, it's just like this is my personal coach, and if you don't know who he is, three-time male top Beachbody male coach in a row, and last year's recipient of the CEO award. So Jamie and I have been friends for a while. We were in Shift Shop coaches test group together,
You
and
were. Wow.
way back, and indirectly we both went to San Diego State a little bit, so
Yeah.
so we had some connections there. And so joining this, Jamie was just like, hey, you know what, do you mind if I come and speak on your call? And I'm like, I don't know if I really have a call yet, but you know what, it's about time we
You
do.
do now.
So and we got Mr. Farinack down below driving home from work. So glad to see you on. And we're going to kind of share this afterwards. We're recording this, so you guys will all be able to get in there and take a view a little bit later. But Jamie, just thanks for being on the call. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, we've known each other for a while. Yeah, I just wanted to come in and share a little bit of stuff with you and just welcome you guys to the team, because you guys are a new team to us, which is cool. Yeah, just sort of share some value with you guys and introduce myself, because you don't know who I am. And I think that's important to know, who Crush Nation is and who Kim and I are and stuff like that, and sort of our values and how we operate. And, I think that's important, because I think I think one of the things I love about Beachbody in this company and is there's a real culture that runs throughout it. And I think every team kind of does it a little bit differently, but I'm really proud of our culture and our integrity and how we operate and stuff like that. So I just wanted to come on your call, John, and hopefully share a little bit about that and kind of go from there.
Right on. So one of the questions I want to ask you, because we're just starting our first accountability group, starting today. In fact, we're doing the 30-day Jericho shred, and
Nice.
and so we're excited about that. And so I want to kind of go back, however long back, to like when you first started, and like how did you get started, and what were some of the programs that you did, and what made you stick with it, and then kind of what took you into the coaching aspect of everything.
Wow, we're going back a while. So I'll make this the short version, but I had a previous business in the past. I was a franchisor for a chain of pet stores. So we started a concept. We had like 23 locations, mostly across Canada, because I'm Canadian, can't you tell? And we had one in New Jersey, but just through a lot of stress with that company and business partners, and the classic, you bring in business partners to help you out, and just different vision and goals. And I was just really a stressful situation for me. And I'm a self-proclaimed medicator, self-medicator, food, alcohol, you name it. So through that stress, I actually gained like 60 pounds, maybe almost 70. I had a newborn son, and just was in one of those situations where it was not good, fairly newly married. I should have been like the happiest in my life, and I just wasn't. And one of those nights where I was probably up at like 2 a.m. in the morning, probably drinking scotch, playing online poker, because that's just what I did, eating chips or pizza or whatever I was medicating myself with at that time. Good old Tony Horton infomercial came on TV, and I was like, who's this dude with all the energy? And for whatever reason I ordered the infomercial with P90X, and it arrived. And I think what I loved about it is that I didn't have to go to the gym. I was intimidated. I didn't like myself at that time. I was ashamed. I didn't like the way I looked. I did not want to set foot in the gym. That was the last thing I wanted to do. Nothing against gyms. I love gyms now, but I could work out in my basement, and I could go every day and work out in my basement. And, I didn't want anyone to watch me, but it was just me and Tony every morning. And I basically lost all the weight. I think I went from like I got up to like 245, and I think I got down at one point to like 172 pounds.
Wow.
And then I put on some muscle after that, and I lost a lot of weight. And from that day forward, and of course, what happens when you physically lose weight, you physically feel better, is you mentally change and you emotionally change, and
Right.
your marriage improves, and you're a better employee, and you're a better father and husband. All those things happen when you start to have a little bit of purpose in your life, right? And you start to feel less ashamed and more proud about who you are. And I think from that day forward, we ordered every program that came out. We have a stack of DVDs that are like, I don't know if we have them here, but on my
Yeah,
bookshelf.
we were back in the DVD era when we first
Yeah.
started.
And we just kept ordering, and then worked from Canada. And when Shakeology came up to Canada, we ordered that. And we were really good clients and customers for years. And then finally, when the coaching came up, I still took me a couple of years after that. But we were in both in corporate jobs, on the road a lot. We just weren't even that was like, we were just wondering if there was something more. And so I started looking in the coach opportunity, and finally in 2015, early 2015, I signed up as a coach. My wife and I, like I said, we were on the road. We had corporate jobs, 3 and a 6-year-old. We didn't have time to do something else, but I knew something had to change. I just knew, because this wasn't the road we wanted to keep going down, and started to coach. And the one thing I tell everybody, and this is, I think, the difference maker, is that because I'd done previous business before, and in that business, we worked really hard at that business. And from day one, I kind of treated coaching like a business. I didn't treat it like a hobby. And I treated it like a business. And that was sort of it just sort of kept growing and growing. And I kept showing up every day, and it's grown into this lifestyle for Kim and I that I never, ever would have imagined. We left our corporate jobs almost 3 years ago now. We work full-time from home. We take our kids to school. We pick them up. We have no financial stress. It's kind of a dream. I honestly don't know how we ended up here, other than we worked really hard at it, because it's a business and you do have to commit time to it, So, and everyone has different goals.
And I don't think I've ever told you this. It's like, I remember the day you left. I was watching your stories or Facebook or whatever it was. And it's like, I was like cheering you on. I was like, because when I first started, I never thought, it's like, I have a union job, gas company, great benefits.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just like Bridget started with Shakeology. That she had internal issues, allergies, all sorts of medical problems, and medicine wasn't fixing it. And not that Shakeology is going to be a cure-all for anything, but for her, the dense nutrition really kind of changed her world. And so I eventually because I was like walking around doing exercise in the morning, and then I'd come home and she was doing 21-day fix. And I'm like, well, she's not bad to look at. And that's about the same amount of time that my workout does. So I'm like, we'll work out together. And before you know it, I ended up, choosing my own program, which was different than hers, did hammer and chisel. And I ended up losing 26 pounds. And so, and I was feeling stronger. I was getting the mojo back, it's like you said, it's just like, you're just kind of, you're a husband, you're a dad, you're a parent, you're employee, and you just kind of just lump, you just don't have that exuberance. But when I did that, I realized that people started to ask me, it's just like, hey, it's like, what are you doing? You have more energy and you're looking good and you're losing weight. And so kind of speak on that, because I know the people that are in this challenge group, they're going to see transformations over the next 30 to 60 days. And it's like, what do people say when they're starting to get approached by family and friends and coworkers?
Yeah, I think there's a couple things. I think first, physical change is great. I don't think it's required. I think the physical change is awesome, because I think there's some physiological benefits, of course, right? Like, listen, Johnny, we didn't even say we're going to talk about this, but like, some people don't know this about me. I had a heart attack 4 months ago. And like, we all know like the physiological benefits of like lowering your blood pressure, getting off meds, all those good things. But there's also, there's some huge mental health aspects to this, and emotional, and all those things. So you don't necessarily need to have a massive transformation to do this business. I think it's more about how you feel is the most important thing, but yeah, I think as you do start to maybe, post on social media, if that's what you want to do in this business, and you do start to have those changes and people start to notice what's going on, I think just being authentic and real, and telling people what you're doing. And I think the biggest mistake people make is they somehow feel guilty. They feel like they're trying to sell people on something all the time. And that's the biggest mistake in this. Is like, one of the best things I did as a brand new coach is the people I reached out to first were the people I loved the most.
Right.
Why wouldn't I? Like, I wasn't trying to sell someone. I was like, I want you to get healthy. I know how I feel. I want you to feel the same way. There was no like
Yeah.
me trying to, hit even my business goals at the start. It was just like with my sister. I'm like, hey, I would love for you to do this with us. Come in our accountability group and like lose weight and just really be authentic with it all. Even some of my closest friends who were guys who I'd played sports with and hockey and baseball. And it was hard for me to, and I was very gentle with them. I'm like, hey, I'm kind of worried about you. Cause I had some buddies who were like, they were on a bad road. And I was like, listen, like, why don't you try this with me? It really helped me. And they were more receptive to me talking about joining me in this than, hey, you need to do this, right? It was more of like, I'm doing this, I'm starting a group. I would love for you to come in, A, because I think it'd be great for you. I'd like to spend some time with you in the group because I don't see you much anymore. And B, I'd love for your feedback on what I'm doing. That's how I approached it, is like, come see what I'm doing, give me feedback, but come work out with me, and that's really how I approached the first kind of 2-3 months of my business. And that went over really well with people. They knew I cared about them. It wasn't a sales pitch. It's not like I was asking them for $1,000 to do stuff. It was like, no, come do this with me. And some of my really closest buddies are like my brother. I was like, hey, cheapskate,
You're doing this.
You're doing this with me. Here's the link. Come join, And my brother needed to lose 30 pounds. And I was like, listen, bud, I care about you. Come do this with me. And that's really how I approached it. And I found that was really that people gravitated towards that, because I just cared about people. And I told them that,
Yeah. Yeah. No, and the way I kind of do it is like, it's like, I'm not trying to sell anybody either. It's just like, you know what, if there's a Netflix movie that I just watched, I'm like, dude, you need to check this out. This is pretty cool, and it's kind of the same thing, except I'm doing it with you. So come join us, do it with us. And to be honest, there's guys at work that are just like, they got that macho mentality. It's like, I got to spend 2 hours in the gym. Yours isn't going to cut it, and I'm like, and then over time they've seen me, and, slowly, different people, and everyone's on a different pace, and so.
Yeah, I'm not, I'm not the biggest guy in the world. I'm not a fitness model. I'm nothing like that. But like I do, especially in the last 3, I have people who are like, whoa, like, what are you doing, man? Because they saw me 3 months ago. I'm just like, I don't know, man. My workouts are like, I do weight workouts, like 3 or 4 a week, 30 minutes. They're like, what? Because it's just like, it's efficient, it's compact. You don't have to be in the gym that much, right? It's just, people just get surprised, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's kind of take that, we've been talking about, first challenge group, first accountability. We're kind of going into that, and let's kind of wrap it up with, it's like, when people do, you have a sister, or you have a brother, or you got a coworker that's like, hey, I do want to join you. And they have like one person that they're doing it with, kind of talk about the business component of Beachbody a little bit, and it's like, Emerald is kind of that first step of having 2 people that have joined you and opening up a business center, and kind of tap into that a little bit, if you would, Jamie.
Yeah, I mean, if this is something that I think, and here's the thing, it's like, I'll tell you this for a fact. It's like, I know a lot of the top coaches in the company, and a lot of them started out with no intention of building a business. Because most people aren't entrepreneurs. They never have been. They've never owned their own business. They're not fitness professionals. Those are like the 2 big misnomers people think, right? Oh, I got to be a workout crazy person, fitness person, or I have to have a business background and know all about network. No, you don't. None of us, very few of us know that, right? Or have ever been that. So that's the thing that I think it surprises people, is like, what I love about this business, especially Beachbody, is it's for the everyday person. It'll surprise the crap out of you how much you fall in love with this business, because the business centers around having an impact on other people. And when you do that on someone, you get a message for someone that you've had an impact on, it's like you immediately fall in love with the concept of this business. The income, all that stuff kind of comes after that fact. And that's a cool aspect of it, because income's important. It relieves financial stress. More money, less problems, that kind of thing. But like, you know, that's a thing about like this business is, you do have a chance in this business to take care of yourself as your number one priority. You can invite a few people to join you on that journey. And if you really want to take this to another level and you have the mentorship and the team to do it and the systems in place and the training and all this stuff, you can actually build a nice little third income or side income for yourself. And the cool part is, it's like, would $100 a week help you in your life? You know, would $300 a week help you in your life? Would $1,000 a week? The beautiful part about entrepreneurship and Beachbody coaching is you can build this up to any level you want. It's up to you. You know, it's up to you what you want to grow this into. I just know for a fact that as you grow your income, it means you're helping more people. And that's a really beautiful part about this business. But yeah, in terms of like short-term goals in the business, I mean, I did an Emerald call before this. I mean, I have my card I got when I hit Emerald on March 26, 2015. This is like, that's the first rank and the first sort of business goal you hit in this business. And it's pretty simple. You literally help two people get started in a program. They join as a coach, quote unquote. One goes on your left leg, one goes on your right leg, and you've kind of started your business. That's the business right there. That's your first goal. And if you're not sure what that means, or Emerald and stuff like that, you can message Johnny or message me and we'll help walk you through how to do that. But that really starts the flow of like residual income and passive income, and where you're earning income and it's not just you trading time for money, you know? And, you know, signing someone up as a client and a coach is the same thing, because it's the same amount of money. It's a challenge pack. And that's kind of what an Emerald coach is. And the other cool part is like, you know, and we don't want to get too much into this, but like, you know, Johnny, as you're running a business and you're trying to hit goals, and I'm running a business and I'm trying to hit goals, it's like, you can all contribute to Johnny's goals. You can all contribute to my goals. And in the same token, we can in turn help you get to your business goals and help you with your income goals and all those things. And like on our team, we have a real culture of collaboration, as I call it, where we all help each other contribute to the business. And it's another really important part, guys, is that in this business, you keep 100% of your income. A lot of people get mistaken on this. It's not like a franchise business, which I've been in, where you're giving a percentage of your sales to somebody. There's no consulting fees. You're not paying rent or employees. Guys, every penny you earn in this business, you keep. You're not giving a dime to Johnny. You're not giving a dime to me. You know, that's not how this business works. You keep 100% of your income in this business. We and your uplines get paid a bonus every Thursday if we grow our teams and we build leaders and we do our job. But we don't take money from anybody. It's it's why I signed up in this business, because it was different than the previous one where I was taking $3,000-$4,000 from people every month in their business. This is a beautiful business. You keep 100% of your income. Our job, Johnny's job, my job, is to help you grow and hit your goals, whatever those are. If your goal is Emerald, I'll help you get there. You keep all your income. Johnny, do you want to add to that or anything?
No, you're saying all the golden nuggets, because it's like, for me, it's like, reverse engineering. It's just like, my daughter, is already talking about being on the tennis team next year in high school. And it's like, all right, how many, thousands of dollars? And so we just kind of back that in, going, okay, you know what? It's like, I need to make, $200 per week or $500 in a given month to be able to do that. And for me, one of the biggest things for me is Bridget and I work so much and we work hard at what we do. And our love language is taking family trips with our kids. Yeah. So getting back into Beachbody is just like, we're dreaming all over again, going, okay, where do we want to go? And, our kids are teenagers now. So, I'm a step ahead of you in that area, Jamie. It's like, we're counting summers. It's like,
yeah.
All right, we got one good summer with Cameron, and then he's going to be a senior, and who knows where and what he's going to do. And so that time value is so important that, the financial component of Beachbody is able to afford us different things.
And that income, guys, really starts at Emerald. If I'm being brutally honest with you, it really starts at Emerald. Like, that sort of, if you want to treat this like a business and take it like a business, your business actually starts when you hit Emerald. And I'm being truthful with you. Like, my mentor, when I started, I'm like, what do I need to do? He's like, go Emerald. Okay, how do I do that? Well, you sign up one coach on your left, one coach on your right. I said, how do I do that? He's like, well, here's how you do it. Okay, I did it within like 2 weeks. Because I had someone more successful than me who was really successful tell me what to do. I was like, okay. After that, I'm like, what's my next goal? He was like, go diamond. I'm like, okay, how do I do that? He showed me. I went that in 4 weeks because that's how I operate. I'm like, you tell me what to do. If you're more successful than me and I want to get to where you're going, tell me what I need to do. I have enough faith in you. I'm going to do that. So as someone, and I say this respectfully, who's been in this business a lot longer than you and more successful than you, because I've been doing it for so long, go Emerald. Like, that is your first goal, because Emerald signifies when you can earn residual income. It's not just commissions. It's like you're earning residual income, passive income. You start collecting that at Emerald. And again, if you want to know the details, reach out to Johnny, reach out to me. We'll tell you exactly how to do that. It's just, if that's your goal in this business, is to grow income, Emerald's your first step.
Right.
It just is. Right, Johnny?
Yeah, no, it is. And I reached that, and I'll be getting to diamond by the end of this month. So that's just the next step.
And Johnny, like, let's, because I always share with my coaches, I share what my goals are. I think it's important they know, because at some point, my coaches have to share with their coaches what their goals,
right?
And your coaches have to share with their coaches what their goals. It's really, and I think by human nature, we get bashful sometimes because we're like, ooh, why would they want to know what? No, it's important, guys, because we all support each other's goals. Like it all works for each other. Like, Johnny, I want you to succeed. You know, John, I want you to succeed. John, I want John's coaches to succeed. I want his coaches to succeed. It's like, this is that culture of collaboration that, like, it benefits everyone, for everyone to have a ton of success in this business. It really benefits each other, right? So, you know, Johnny's short-term goal is diamond, and guys, you all helped Johnny get there by going Emerald. And shocking news. And guys, when you hit Emerald and then you're going for diamond, your coach is hitting Emerald, help you get there, and so forth and so forth. And it's that culture. And Johnny going diamond helps me hit my goals, and me going for what my goals are, help my upline. And I'm aware of that. And I always, like, I know what my mentor's done for me in my business. I'd do anything for him. But I know, because I know, like, if he hits his goals, I'm moving my business forward too, because I'm growing my business. Right. And that's ultimately what this is about.
Yeah, and you speak so much of it, and I'm a huge believer. And it's like you start cheering for your coaches underneath you. Like John, he's building his business.
Yeah.
And it shows. He's here on this call today.
Yes.
He's working and fitting that into his schedule, and it shows that, you know, and the aspect that you're able to help raise up those other people and help them start dreaming about what's important to them. That's the beauty of coaching. That's what I personally find.
You know what I love about John, and I know some people can't get on this call because of work, and I totally get that. But I loved about what John did, and it would have been totally cool, because I've done this before. I've hopped on Zooms when I'm driving, and I'll keep driving, and I've listened to the Zoom. I love that John is like, hey, give me a sec. I'm gonna pull over, so he can lock in and pay attention to that's like, I know I'm very observant, and I noticed, and it would have been cool if he kept driving, because I've done that before too. Because you want to get places, and you're like, I just love you pulled over, and you're like locked in on the call, because he cares, and he cares about his business, and he cares about listening to what was being said. So I just appreciate that.
Yeah, no, and while we got you, while we're talking about John, you got any questions for Jamie while we have him?
I'm trying to think. I'm gonna hit Emerald here soon, but
Awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking the time to explain the business, and I don't have any direct questions right now, but I'm kind of taking notes and absorbing everything. And
cool.
Yeah, this is really really good. I'm glad that I was able to get on this and get off work a little early. I appreciate your time, Jamie, and you, John, as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about where this is going to go, and glad to be a part of the team.
Awesome. Yeah, I appreciate you being on too, John. That's good. And I love you have an Emerald goal, and that's cool. And then once you hit that Emerald, right, take that momentum and just keep going.
Right on, right on. Well, John, once again, thanks for being on, bud. Okay, Jamie, last one. We'll let you skedaddle out of here. But kind of like the national wake up call we always listen to. Outside of a physical transformation, what has been kind of like the greatest thing that Beachbody has afforded you, your family, whatnot?
Easy. Well, I've been at the stage in my life where I was calling bankruptcy lawyers. And I'm not saying money is everything, because we all know it's not. There's tons of miserable rich people, right? Like we all, we all know that. This isn't news, However, what this business has done for my wife and I, and we left our corporate jobs a couple of years ago because it was afforded us to do this full time. We haven't gone out and bought a bunch of stuff. It's afforded us time freedom. And we started this with a 3 and a 6-year-old. They're now 8 and 10. And the big thing for me is I can just offer them opportunities maybe before I couldn't. And it's time freedom. I get to choose what I do with my time. And that means walking my kids to school, picking them up every day. They know where mom and dad are all the time. They know we're at home. They know, if we need to drop something off at school, we're right here. We live 5 minutes from our school. And we remind our kids, like, we're all about gratitude in our household. And we remind our kids, like, how we're like, do you know how lucky you are that both your parents are at home, And this wasn't our plan when I wanted to turn this into a business, but I never would have dreamed that we could have both been home working. Like that was hard to fathom when we started. So for us to tell our kids that, for our kids to know that, like, we're here at home, and we really try to instill in them that they're very fortunate and it's a luxury for them that we're here and have access to them, and just the time freedom to be able to wake up and do what we want every day that's what the money's afforded us. It's not stuff. It's not, I'm not going out and buying stuff. It's that time freedom for us. So It's pretty amazing.
Right. Very cool. Well, Jamie, thank you so much for taking the time, hanging out with our team, with our small team, and we'll have you back on as time goes on, and we'll see those numbers. I always laugh because when we watch yours, you're always looking down at that bottom little number of like, who's on? How many we got tonight? And I love that.
Hey, it started like this, man. Like I think we had like 4 people on my first call, and I think 2 of them I was related to. So, it's like, it starts like this.
Well, it starts with 2 Johns and a James. So
a James John.
There we go. All right, bud. You have a great night. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Good night.